wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. I've got you, little bunny. The world is calm here, in this little space of you and me. How about you join me here in the garden library, as we have now named the garden studio, and I can join you where you are. You can look around for a second and realize the truth, little bunny, that I am right here with you. I really am right here with you. Where am I? Right here in your ears. Where else would I be, little bunny? You've got me with you always. You really do. And I can feel you right here with me in the garden library. Take a breath with me. Big breath today. I've been really putting in effort in my exercise, little bunny. My lungs are the healthiest they've ever been. I'm the strongest I've ever been. I probably can't run as far as I used to be able to, but hey, I can toss a little bunny around. You like that, little bunny? You want me to toss you around? Shh, not in the podcast. Save it for the last section of the garden, little bunny. Save getting tossed around by your daddy for the spicy 18 plus Patreon, ages 18 to 800. Last week was a spicy audio about, well, maybe I won't spoil it, but it's a little bit of an office role play with a somewhat toxic version of your daddy as the CEO boss. So that was fun. And yeah, you want to explore the locked section that's in the episode description. There's a link. It's basically 1/3 spicy, 1/3 comfort. If you like the comfort podcasts, there's audios that are very different. Whereas the podcast is nice and reliable formula. Week after week after week, which is so satisfying. The flip side, or you may not know this, I like to do something new and different every single locked audio. And there's got to be close to 100 now. I don't exactly know how many. But lots of really unique, interesting long audios. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're designed to be a quick cool down. If you start to lose your temper, just pop on the 60-second cool down or 5-minute, or sometimes a couple weeks ago there was a 5-hour long audio called I'm Still Here, Always With You, or something like that. And it's just 5 hours of me going about my day and saying, I'm still here, little bunny, still got you. And if you like Sleepy Bunny, oh, hold on, something just went wrong. Oh no, hold on, test. Audio going wrong. Can you hear me? Okay, little bunny. I don't know if you could tell. I knocked a knob with my foot. Okay, let's put that over there. Okay, good. Anyway, and then the last third of the locked audios, the Patreon. It's what I call wild card. And it could be something as random as making you a crossword, a garden-themed crossword. That one was too easy. I gotta make a better one. Crosswords are hard to make if you try and make them by hand. So, or it might be me writing you some music. I don't know if you know that I wrote the podcast theme, and there's a bunch of stuff that I've written, and I've written you a few things. So I'm due to write you another song, little bunny. Maybe I'll write you another song. And yeah, there's more sleep aid besides just Sleepy Bunny podcast episode. So if you're like, Daddy, I'm done with. I've already listened to the Sleepy Bunny episodes a bajillion times. well, there's more stuff designed to really put you to sleep. But the Patreon is exclusively ages 18 to 800. So make sure you're within that age range. Makes life just simpler when the spicy stuff gets involved, you know? So, with that, I do have some tea. We're trying throat coat again this week, little bunny. Let's pour it. I want to have a candle lit here. This library feels like I'm in a chair too. I'm in like a story chair, you know? I'm not in a desk chair anymore. I'm not at a desk. I'm in a little, or a large, elegant chair. I have a candle next to me. It feels like a fireplace. And I'm in a robe right now, little bunny. This is just getting better and better for me. Which I'm down for. You know, the podcast is not me here serving you, little bunny. Not here to entertain you and serve you. No, I'm just being me. And you know what makes being me more fun? Bringing you along with me. That makes my life more fun. Having you in it. And I really love... Slow down, Daddy. And I really love being here for you. Crazy thing that has flicked on in this chapter of my life, in this, I guess, checkpoint passed. Once you really get your life together. I don't have all the answers figured out. I'm not here to provide any answers for you. It's for you to figure out, little bunny. What I can provide you with. Just me. Just a rock of stability. Always here. You will always get me. Every week, without fail. And I will never disappear. I promise. I guarantee. You have me now. If you want me forever, you have me forever. Promise. So, let's try this tea. It's already getting a bit cold. It took a while to get stuff set up, but it's tasty. Kind of sparkles. Wow. Throat coat is a bit tingly. It's a tingly tea. Throat coat the tingly tea. Oh, let me try it again. It's wild. Like, what flavor is this? Maybe you should try some throat coat. Maybe you can start drinking throat coat with me in the podcast. In times long past, sometimes I drank hot chocolate. And it's too much sugar, little bunny. Too much sugar. Actually, there's a fun scene that I'm writing for you in a story that I'm creating for you. There's a scene I was working on today where it's a story time of a caring daddy telling a bedtime story to his beloved little bunny. And he gives his little bunny hot chocolate, but there's a horrible twist. He has done something vile, which is provide sugar-free hot chocolate. Such a caring daddy move, right? That's part of the winter vacation game, which, oh man, is turning into something really, really incredible and special, and I cannot wait to show you. If you want to do me another favor, sign up for the no spam email list. I hate asking this stuff. I hate asking stuff of you. But if you have already signed up for the no spam email list, thank you, little bunny. That will be critical to a huge garden expansion in the future. To like blow the horn, bunnies assemble, generate a buzz for this very specific thing right now. And it is going to be world changing. Little bunny, it's going to be beyond the garden. And we're going to change the world together for the entertaining, for the positive and the entertaining. Oh, you and I are destined for some big, epic stuff. I cannot believe it, little bunny, and I am so glad to have you here on this journey with me. You are a wonderful companion. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for having already put your email in the no spam email list, because we're going to build some incredible shit together, little bunny. We are already building stuff. Every day there is stuff you don't know about that is in the works, being developed, that is going to make your life so much more entertaining. It's more than just a little game that you're going to play. You are going to have so much entertainment, and you're going to be able to make stuff, little bunny. Oh man, the project, I can let you know a little bit. You want me to tell you a little bit about the top secret project that I keep saying is top secret, and your damn daddy just is being such a tease. Of course, he is a professional tease. Isn't that right, little bunny? I know how to tease you. I'm good at teasing you. I will tell you that you know how over and over and over again, little bunny, in this very podcast series, I keep encouraging you to make stuff. Find a hobby that you really enjoy spending time in. Some way you can spend your time where it's challenging and you're producing something. You're further along after having done this activity. Maybe you have something you can share or sell after you're done with it, whatever you prefer. That's what this top secret project is, little bunny. Whether you want to do your own voice stuff, or if you like making art, or if you are a writer and you like writing stories, or maybe you're just kind of a crafty person and you like just assembling things. You, little bunny, are in for an incredible treat, because the top secret project is creating something that will let you tell those stories and make that art and act those voice lines in a little teams of 4 or 5 or so. You can always double up, teams of 8, teams of 9. You will be able to create awesome stories. We're designing, I guess it's software, that sounds so dull, right? We're designing this tool to be very fun to use. For it to be as fun as like playing a game. Oh, instead of playing a game, which is great and valid, you could like start making your own stories. And we're designing it so that there's no tedium involved, and you can collaborate and you can join up with your fellow bunnies and get like a team of 5 bunnies together and create a story together. And you'll have like one bunny will do the writing, and one bunny will do the art, and one will do the voices, and then one will help assemble it together if they're more computer savvy. And then people can quote unquote play it. Or I won't say exactly what that means. What does the quote unquote play it mean? You will see. You will see. But I think this is the beginning of something that is going to be very, very popular. Mainstream even, although we'll keep the garden kind of its own special little place. But this is going to be something big, little bunny. Let's get to the topic of the podcast episode, shall we? Because it's actually a good one. It's actually a really good one. Okay, so, little bunny, listen up. I have have something important to tell you, little bunny. 1 second. Okay. I have something so important to tell you. And it is to give you permission. That little bunny. Yes, you may take up space. Yes, it is okay to take up space. Are you the kind of person, little bunny? Let me paint a picture for you. Have you ever been in line to buy something? You're at the pharmacy or whatever. Let's say you're paying in cash and you go up. It's your turn to be checked out, and there's a big long line behind you that you were waiting in, and a lot of people who would really love to be ready to pay. But right now you are the one paying at the front of the line in the pharmacy. And the amount of money is $7.63. And so you're pulling out your wallet and you're looking for the right dollar bills and the right coins, and you're fishing around, and while you're trying to put together $7.63, your brain is there's people behind me. Everyone's waiting on me. Oh no, this is the worst. I can't take up this space, says your brain. Pre-Daddy Lindy smacking that part of your brain. So before I graced your life, little bunny, you would just pull out the $10 bill or the $20 bill, even though you know you don't want all that extra change coming your way. You don't want all those extra bills. You know you have exact change in there. If just you would take your time, take up space, and take the time to find the 5 and the 1 and the other 1 and the 2 quarters and the dime and the 3 pennies. If you would just take the time, because you've got it in your wallet or your pouch. But that voice in your head that for some reason thinks you should not take up space, that because there are people waiting, you should just throw that $20 bill, and then in shame, all the coins are coming in, and you have to shove it in even though you don't have room for it, and you have all these smaller bills now. Are you nodding in recognition? Has this been you, little bunny? Yes. It's totally natural. And it's something that not everyone has this guilt, but I suspect you do to some degree have the guilt that inconveniencing other people, being any kind of minuscule burden, is somehow unacceptable behavior. This is me absolving you. Breathe in. I am absolving you once and for all of the feeling that you can't burden other people, of the feeling that you may not take up space, of the feeling that you must throw down the $20 bill because you can't let these people behind you in line. I'll give you more examples. This one happened to me today. I was driving a motor vehicle, and oh my God, this works in double ways. Oh my God. So I was driving a motor vehicle down a thin one-way road, and the car ahead of me stopped and needed to parallel park. Okay. And this poor driver didn't really know how to parallel park, And presumably the wife of this driver is out of the car, or the mother of the driver. I don't really know. I couldn't see. And she's like very apologetic to me. And she's like, I'm so sorry. We're just going to try and parallel park this car. And I'm like, it's okay. And this poor woman and this poor driver, presumably, if they are matching, are so anxious about making me wait for them to park their car, which is exactly what they're supposed to do, exactly what they're allowed to do. This moment is theirs to parallel park the car. This moment doesn't belong to me waiting to go ahead. These people may take up space, literally in the road. Maybe that's you parallel parking, little bunny. Maybe this is your worst nightmare. Is Daddy Lindy waiting for you to parallel park so that he can drive past you? Is that your worst nightmare? Well, imagine that. Imagine you're parallel parking. And imagine you're bad at it. You're like, Daddy, I don't have to imagine that. And then imagine me in the car behind you, and I'm saying, shh, little bunny, take all day. This moment belongs to you, and this space belongs to you. Take up space, little bunny. You're worth it. You're valid. You're just as valid as the people waiting behind me. Now here's the twist. Do you want the twist to this story? So the woman, they like kind of half parallel parked. And the woman was like waving me on, like, yeah, you can go around. And there's like not really enough space to go. There probably is enough space, but I didn't want to risk scratching their car or my car or the parked car next to us. So I was just like, I'm going to wait. You guys finish parallel parking. And the car behind me like honks for me to take this chance to kind of like, while they're in the middle of parallel parking, sneak around them, And I didn't want to sneak around them mid-parallel park. I want them to take their time, finish that parallel park. I don't want to like scrape a car just to be impatient. And the person behind me honks and is like, Daddy Lindy, you're taking up space. This moment belongs to me. I want to be driving now, fast. And I just, I'm sorry. You will have to wait because Daddy Lindy is taking up space right now. And you know what happened? They parked the car. I went on. Everyone was happy. And the story became immortalized in the podcast. Isn't that funny? What if those drivers knew? What if that driver was a bunny and is hearing this moment and is saying, oh no, I literally was parallel parking while Daddy Lindy was waiting behind me. I don't know. What's another example? Okay, here's one, little bunny. What if you're like, Daddy, I don't drive? Do you walk, little bunny? Do you walk in shoes with laces? Have you ever been with a group, let's say it's friends or family, or like a tour guide or something, guided tour, and you suddenly have to tie your shoes because your shoelaces have come undone, little bunny. And you must now, in this group that is walking forward, let's say it's a friend group of 5 people, and now, oh shit, you've got to tie your shoes and, hold on. Okay. You've got to make everyone wait. Do you frantically do a shitty job of tying them and then like run back to the group and then apologize profusely for having to tie your shoes? You take the time to tie those shoes well. You take that time. And when you're done tying those shoes, little bunny, you stand up and you stretch and you crack your back and you saunter You don't run, but you saunter over to your group of friends and say, bitch, I'm important. Yeah, or something of that variety. You say, I am worth you guys waiting. Sounds so cocky, right? I think that being cocky is not some huge sin. It can be tacky, sure, or it can be tons of fun. But I would much rather you err on the side of too much self-esteem rather than too little bunny. If you have ever felt the voice in your head that said, oh, I should be more humble. Not with me, little bunny. You brag to me, brag about how good you are, how proud you are of yourself. Anything that you want to excitedly tell me that puts you in a good light, you do that with me, little bunny. You got it. I want you to be my cocky little bunny. That's right. That is right, little bunny. What's the next example that your daddy Lindy has? We pull out the notes. Where's the notes? Okay. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait for me to pull out my notes. Oh, here's a good story. Okay, this is, so these examples so far have been about time, about making people wait. Now here's an interesting one. I'll give you a true story. This is a Daddy Lindy exclusive anecdote. This was maybe, 3 months ago or something. Hold on, let me yawn. You will wait for me to yawn. You will wait for me to take a sip of throat coat. Which now is actually cold. But still sparkly, man. It is like it's not tasty. It's not tasty. But it is well, it's not sparkling. It is glittery. It's like a spicy glitter tea. There's like a gentle sting. Like there's electricity in it. And there's just like an electrical coating of water in my mouth. Okay. Daddy Lindy exclusive anecdote. So you may know, eat a vegetarian diet. And although I am not fond of Starbucks necessarily, because I love like the more artisanal coffee shops, I will say Starbucks has an excellent Impossible sausage breakfast sandwich, at least in America. I don't think it's a global item, but it's basically a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit sandwich or English muffin sandwich with a vegetarian sausage. And it's so satisfying. And so I was really hungry. And I had various options. I could go eat here. I could go eat there. I just needed something quick, get a little something quick. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go get a Starbucks Impossible breakfast sandwich. It's like 5 p.m. And so I go in there and I order it. And then I order the iced latte, probably decaf at that point because it's 5 p.m. And I don't really like the espresso at Starbucks, I have to admit. I think it tastes a little bit burnt. But it's like, hey, I've got to wash down my Impossible breakfast sandwich or something. So I order the breakfast sandwich and you like the way I say sandwich? Breakfast sandwich and the iced latte. And they ring it up. most friendly Starbucks guy I've ever met. Super cool guy. And yeah, he's like, sweet, I'm going to go pop in that breakfast sandwich. And he like goes away and he's, doing who knows what. And then the coffee comes out and I'm like drinking the coffee. And then he comes back. He says, I am so sorry. We are out of the breakfast sandwich. I'll get you anything else on the menu. And you know what, little bunny? I don't really want anything else on the menu. I don't want anything else on the menu. I just wanted the impossible breakfast sandwich. So I said, I'm sorry, nothing really strikes my fancy. I think I'll just take the refund. And hold on, I have a hair in my mouth. You will wait for me to get the hair out of my mouth. I think I did get it. And so he's like, I got you. No problem. I'm so sorry about that. And he refunds the impossible sandwich. And so now I'm sitting here with like this burnt espresso drink that cost this is the unit that I measure a lot of my purchases in, is 2 bunnies Patreon subs for a month. And I'm just like holding this burnt espresso latte. I'm thinking like 2 bunnies are on the Patreon. And I want that money to really be worth it, because your fellow bunnies work so hard for their money. And I'm looking at this burnt espresso drink and I'm thinking, I wouldn't have spent my money on this if it weren't for the impossible breakfast sandwich. I would love for you to buy me an impossible breakfast sandwich, little bunny. You would want to feed your daddy with an impossible breakfast sandwich. And I was like, shit. This feels shitty. And granted, Starbucks is a large multinational corporation. They're going to be fine with this. And I kind of went back to the guy. I was like, I got to be honest. I only got the iced latte because I was going to have it to wash down the breakfast sandwich. And I really don't even want the latte. So could you reimburse me for the latte as well? And he said, of course, no problem. The emotional willingness to do that, little bunny, is something that not everyone is equipped to do. Maybe it's something that comes naturally to you. Maybe you say, oh, of course, I would have gone back and asked for him to reimburse the latte as well, that I wouldn't have bought if it weren't for the impossible sandwich. But there's a lot of your fellow bunnies, maybe it's you to some degree, that is just an insurmountable ask to go back and assert yourself. Because in a sense, you're taking up space. And it's so easy for us to not let ourselves take up space. I gave you an example of a friend of mine. This is about a decade ago. My friend of mine hates cheese. He just hates cheese. So we're at Chipotle, making sure we're supporting our multinational corporations, And we're like going through, and if you've never been to Chipotle, you like choose all the different ingredients, and it's kind of like rapid fire, and they're just, it's impressive, but they're going rapid fire, and it comes time for my friend who's ahead of me, where like the cheese is right in front of his little bowl of whatever the hell he's getting, and there's some kind of miscommunication, and like a big handful of cheese goes onto my friend's taco bowl. Let's call it a taco bowl. I don't know what it was. And my friend is just kind of like dismayed. It's like, like the life leaves his eyes for a moment. But he doesn't speak up, We like pay, and I didn't say anything at that point. We pay and we go sit down, and he's like trying to summon the will to eat this big ass thing of cheese. It's like like you can't even like poke around it, you know. It's in there, little bunny. It's in there, okay. And I guess that was the first time that I used this power, and I said, "Friend, I give you permission to take up space. I give you permission to go back and say, can I please have my thing without cheese?" And there was no malicious intent. This person doing a very good job of putting through a bunch of burritos all at once. It's like, it's okay, there's some miscommunication. No one's mean. You're not being mean by going and like, you know, advocating for yourself. If something isn't quite right and it is fixable, you can go and fix it, little bunny. I give you permission to go and to take up the space. And yeah, my friend you could hear like the nervousness in his voice going up and like advocating for himself. And he felt so guilty for taking up space. And it's like, he feels like he has to justify himself. It's okay. It's okay. Little bunny. If something's not working for you, it's okay to speak up. It's okay to speak up. It's okay to take up space. And, you know, the reason it was hard for my friend is because he's kind on some level. And he doesn't want someone to have to redo work for him. Don't worry about the money. Chipotle is flush with money. Yeah. I don't feel guilty about asking Starbucks for a refund. Starbucks is flush with money, and in fact, I'm sure they would prefer to refund it in that circumstance. Same with my friend who had a big handful of cheese on his taco bowl. But it comes from a kindness. Maybe you feel this, little bunny, that if you feel you're a kind person, maybe the more kind you are, the more you feel like it's hard to assert your own needs. You feel like it's hard to say, yes, I'm willing to be a burden on someone else to some degree, and you're probably not nearly as much of a burden as you think. Last example I'll give you before we wrap up. I was walking down my neighborhood, and this guy, looked like a celebrity, looked like a big, tall, super masculine, buff movie star. And he's struggling with these heavy boxes. And I bring that up because it's, I think on some level everyone needs permission to take up space. Well, let me back that up. Let me back that right up. There are plenty of people where it's very easy for them to take up space, but there's all kinds of people, even people who would surprise you, who are too kind to say, yes, please let me be a burden on you. So this big, angular jaw movie star guy is trying to move boxes into his apartment, just on the street. I was like, hey, do you need some help? He's like, no, it's fine. I got it. And then I watched him struggle with this box. And I'm like, you know what? I'm Daddy Lindy. I'm just going to help this guy. And so together we lift these boxes, get him in, at least in the living room of his apartment and off the street. And he was so incredibly grateful. And he struggled to ask for help. You can ask for help, little bunny. You can do it. If you think, Daddy Lindy, I need help with something, whatever that may be, and you say, but I don't want to be a burden, People are here to help. And it's okay to be a burden. It's okay to take up space. That space is honored to have you in it. You are worth the space you occupy. You bless the space you occupy. You bless the people that get to help you. I felt good helping that guy, you know? What if I was like, hey, do you need some help? He's like, no, I got it. And I'm like, hey, fuck you, man. I could have felt really good helping you. But, you're not going to let me help you? Okay, fine. You ruined my day, asshole. And then I walk off, you know? That's one way you could frame it. Aren't you being so selfish, not letting someone else have the joy of helping you, little bunny? You know, that is built in. On some fundamental level, the joy of helping other people. There are people who would love for you to take up some space in their life. You could bring someone joy by taking up more space. So how about you be a good little bunny? Take up some space. I guess we'll end it there. That's a pretty good episode, right? Except that took me a while to get to the topic. That's a piece of feedback that I've given myself. Get to the topic, Daddy. Start and get to the topic. But I'm getting better and better and better. Aren't we, little bunny? Okay. I think that is it for tonight. I'm going to get to bed. And tomorrow morning, I will write you a poem. And you will hear it in just a moment. Lucky you, little bunny. Good night. I love you. I'll talk to you in just a second. Good morning, little bunny. I hope you slept very well. Wait, no, I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I've written you a wonderful, short and sweet. Poignant is the right word? I don't think it's the right word. It's a good poem. It goes like this. It's okay to take up space. That space is blessed with your presence. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, little bunny. Go take up some space. That space will be blessed with your presence. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Wait, let's end it with 3. Why don't we end it with 3? Little bunny, I'm glad you're here. You are worth it. You are worth my time. You are worth my energy. I want you in my space. So take up some space in my life. I love you. I love you. I love you.